Hello and welcome to a very special Granada report. We're live from football practice here at Mossley Hill FC as we celebrate England's success in the European Championship. We'll be taking a look at the Northwest players who helped make it happen. Here's what's coming up in tonight.
The most nerve-wracking thing I've ever watched in my life. It was an amazing game. It just shows the Lionesses' resilience.
We always dig deep and we always make it happen.
Never give up. We're around the Northwest as the jubilant fans and families celebrated the comeback queens. And we're with the Lionesses of the future, who tell us what England's incredible success means to them.
And in the rest of the day's news, strong words from a judge as a jury begins deliberations in the trial of two brothers accused of assaulting police at Manchester Airport. A life-saving device is installed on a popular spot for walkers and hikers in memory of a father of three.
And weather-wise, today was marginally the best day of the new week. It's all looking rather changeable, back to typical British summer weather. The full forecast coming up shortly.
Well, we'll be heading back to the studio for the rest of the day's news in the programme a little later on. But first tonight, football's coming home once again as the England women's team have made history by securing back-to-back wins in the European Championship. Well, 11 of those players were from here in the Northwest, with 5 of them having an appearance in last night's final. We had Manchester City's Alex Greenwood, who's from Bootle, and also we had Wirrell's Niamh Charles, who plays for Chelsea, both scoring penalties as well. Well, here at this grassroots football club in Liverpool, we'll be hearing from some of the young girls they're now inspiring. But first, David Chisnall has the story of a night that history was made. An absolutely unbelievable achievement, wasn't it? And it's worth emphasising once again just how many Northwest players were in that team. 11 were in that England squad. Well, you know, it wasn't a plain sailing journey, was it, to that final? Many of us haven't got fingernails left after watching all those penalties. But Andrew Fletcher now reports on how the region watched, waited and celebrated.
First, the tension. And then the celebration. At pubs and big screens, in bars and living rooms, it seemed the whole of the Northwest was watching as the Lionesses put their fans through another nerve-wracking night.
My heart rate was 165, so I was stressed. Yeah, happy though, happy. Oh, it was an amazing game. It just shows the Lionesses' resilience, especially when we went 1 goal down first.
At Liverpool's Box Park, thousands watched the match on a big screen, riding a wave of emotions as England went behind, drew level and held on for penalties to write their names in history.
Once again, we're the queens of a comeback and we always dig deep and we always make it happen.
It was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever watched in my life. Unbelievable scenes.
Just phenomenal, really. You know, composure under pressure, great stuff around, really.
And all the young girls get into football. I hope that's what skyrockets, is all the girls knowing that they can do it.
For some watching the drama unfold, this was personal. Friends and family of Ella Toone packed into her local pub in Tyldesley, where 2 years ago they'd watched her collect a runners-up medal in the World Cup final. This time, a place on the winners' podium.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So proud of them all, yeah, so proud.
Absolute class. She is brilliant, everything. She's down to earth, absolute class girl. She'll be in here for chips and egg tomorrow, loving everything about it. Like, when she gets back, she's just a class girl.
Couldn't be more proud of her, honestly, and I'm getting a bit emotional, but yeah, really proud. Every single person in here knows Ella, and this is her local, and absolutely fantastic, yeah. And you can see that with all the flags through Tyldesley, the posters on pub doors, yeah, every single one of them.
We are
Toone and her teammates will be parading through the capital on an open-top bus tomorrow. A victory celebration that, however raucous, is unlikely to top the party waiting for her back home at the Union Arms.
Call the cops, I'm off my chops, yay! She
can have anything she wants when she gets back through these doors. Anything is on me.
At Stockport County's girls' soccer camp, they've been kicking it like Kelly. England's penalty queen and her teammates inspiring a new generation of girls to put on their football boots.
I want to play for England when I grow up. Chloe Kelly is my inspiration.
They've inspired me so much, and it's probably one of the main reasons I started football. When I realised the England team was so good as well.
I've been to see some of the Euros matches before as well, and they're just incredible. The way that they just play, it's just so fluent and amazing.
Coaches have noticed a big increase in girls joining their training sessions after the Lionesses' first Euros triumph 3 years ago. They expect this latest victory to draw even more to the sport.
Shirts you see now with a women's name on the back, a female player, is so much more. I think when we had the Euros in England 3 years ago and we won it, that had a massive impact. And the fact that then we've done so well again, it's just going to keep growing and growing, which is so good.
These girls hope that one day some of their names will be on England shirts. Their dreams a lasting legacy of this golden generation of English footballers. Andrew Fletcher, ITV News in Cheadle.
Yeah, there's so much pride, isn't there, for what those Lionesses have achieved. And so many girls will have been inspired by watching their dreams play out by their heroes and the England team last night. Well, joining us now, we're going to speak to some of those potential stars of the future. Let's start with you, Grace. What did you make of last night's final?
It was a very nerve-wracking game with them scoring first, but they pulled through as they always do, and it was a really good game to watch.
It was a nerve-wracking one, wasn't it? Emma, what does England's success mean to you?
It means it'll get loads more girls into the game, and it'll be really good for the community, getting more people involved, better for the football.
Yeah, and Rosa, how did the England's women's team, or how will they inspire you going forward?
I think that they'll inspire me because they're good and inspiring, and they're people that we can look up to and watch.
Yeah, they certainly are inspiring, aren't they? Lyra, who's been your tournament hero?
I think my tournament hero would be Chloe Kelly because she creates amazing chances for the England squad, and last night her powerful penalty won us the Euros.
Yeah, and Beatrix, playing for England, is that something that you've always dreamed of?
Yeah, I would love to play for England, to go through what they've done through and maybe score like Michelle Ange
yeah,
in the last minutes.
And have you been practising the Chloe Kelly?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
And B, how about you?
I would love to play for England when I'm older, and Hannah Hampton's inspired me because I'm a goalie to save all the penalties and believe in myself.
Yeah, well, lots of inspiration going on here, and one of those who managed to live out their dream is Tony Duggan, because she started playing here, she signed for Everton, and then she went on to play for England. Chris Rylands, you're in charge of the girls set-up team here. How will England's success inspire the girls in your teams and on others like it around the region?
Hopefully it can give us parity with the boys' teams, and we can encourage more girls to join the club. We can get more parents involved as well to make sure we can extend the number of teams we have, similar to the boys' teams, so we can get more age groups, more girls' age groups, more teams with more girls in across the board, really, and it'll just hopefully just extend the club's the way we work here and how good we are.
So you're looking for more girl members?
Absolutely, always.
And Rob, you're the chairman here at Mossley Hill. If there's any girls watching this at home, parents, around the region, if they want to get involved in football they've never been before, how do they go about it?
Yeah, I think if you watched that last night and the girls turn around to their parents and go, I wouldn't mind getting involved in football now, they need to look at the websites of the Liverpool County FA or the local county FAs around the Northwest. They have lists of clubs that do girls football, and they'll give them the address of a local one, and basically contact them, and they will send you along, and we will welcome them.
Brilliant. And Gary, you're one of the coaches here. What is the professional pathway like? If you've got girls here who've got a talent, how easy is it for them to make it big time?
I think professional clubs are going to look at building on the success of the England team and developing their offer. Parents can go on their website, social medias, look at the dates and trials for the ETCs, and then that will lead on to like an RTC and then professional contracts at those clubs.
Thank you so much for your time. So we've heard there, this is the time now for football to really capitalise on the England women's success. But for now, from all of us here at Mossley Hill, Rob, it's back to you in the studio.
Katie, thank you. So to other stories making the headlines tonight, and a jury's begun its deliberations in the trial of two brothers accused of attacking police officers at Manchester Airport. Mohammed Fahir Amaz and Mohammed Ahmad from Rochdale are facing accusations of assault and actual bodily harm. The incident was caught on various cameras, and we have to warn you, the footage is distressing. Anna Youssef was in court in Liverpool. Anna?
Yes, Rob, after 3 weeks of evidence, the jury was sent out this afternoon to consider its verdict. The two brothers are accused of assaulting 3 police officers at Manchester Airport in July of last year after they tried to arrest the younger brother, Mohammed Ahmad, for headbutting another man minutes earlier in a cafe. Mobile phone footage, or part of that incident, was shared on social media and went viral. It showed Ahmad being kicked and stamped in the head by an armed male police officer, PC Zachary Marsden. Both brothers have maintained throughout the trial that they acted in self-defence or in defence of each other. Ahmad previously told the court that he believed he was going to be battered to death by PC Marsden. Mohammed Ahmad, who was caught on camera punching the armed male officer 6 times, said he intervened to protect his brother. His defence described PC Marsden as an uncontrolled bully with a badge. Now, the prosecution claims that the evidence and the airport CCTV paints a very different picture. In footage previously played to the jury, Ahmad is shown punching and kicking the 2 policewomen and the male armed officer. One of the female policewomen suffered a broken nose. They claim that the brothers used a high degree of violence, and the force used by the police was necessary, proportionate and reasonable.
Anna, the judge in this case took a very unusual step today. He addressed the public as well as members of the jury.
That's right, Rob. The judge, Neil Flewitt, KC, said that he wanted to speak to the press and the public, not just those present in court, but those who had been following the case remotely. He said many of the comments on social media have been inaccurate and at times offensive. Some of them undoubtedly amount to contempt of court. Any person found guilty is liable to punishment. Now, that punishment is a fine or up to 2 years in prison. It's clear that the judge is sending out a definite message that while this case may have become one of public interest on social media, the outcome will be decided by a jury in a court of law. The 2 brothers deny all the allegations against them, and the trial continues tomorrow.
Anna Youssef at Liverpool Crown Court tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Police have arrested a 35-year-old man after 4 firearms and a quantity of Class A drugs were found at a house in South Manchester. It included handguns, 3 semi-automatics, a revolver and a large quantity of bullets. The suspect was arrested at the property on Marham Close in Chiltern and remains in custody for questioning tonight. A man who fatally stabbed a teenager in Lancashire has been sentenced to life in prison. Matthew Dolby from Liverpool was stabbed as 2 groups clashed outside a bar in Ormskirk 2 years ago. 21-year-old Thomas Durez went on the run for 18 months before finally handing himself in to police in Greece. Today, he was jailed for life with a minimum term of 23 years.
Matthew will be missed every day for the rest of our lives. He deserves so much more from his life. His loss cannot be measured in a few words today. Tomorrow we mark 2 years since Matthew was taken, and I leave the last words to Matthew. Choose life, not a knife.
A 59-year-old man's been in court charged with the murder of a teenage boy. Devon Simmons-Keynes, who was 15, died in a crash between a car and an electric bike in Middleton. Terence King appeared before Manchester's Minchell Street Crown Court this morning. Mr King wasn't asked to enter a plea. He was remanded in custody ahead of a trial which is expected to take place next year. More than 50,000 people were on the streets of Manchester for a celebration of all that makes the city great. The Manchester Day Festival's now into its 15th year. It features a parade and family-themed events in the city centre. The theme for 2025 was homegrown musical talent, perhaps inspired by the Gallagher brothers' recent shows at Heaton Park. The death of a father of three in Ramsbottom has led to life-saving equipment being installed next to one of the town's most iconic landmarks. Andy Haynes was just 45 when he suffered a heart attack scaling Holcombe Hill with his running club last October. In his memory, fellow runners raised money to install a defibrillator at the top of the hill, which his family believe could have saved his life. Sam Taylor reports.
He'd be proud that something's up here because he loved it up here. He wouldn't have liked that it's his face plastered on places. But it's a good thing.
A life-saving bit of kit next to an iconic landmark. All in memory of Andrew Haynes, a father, husband and veteran who died less than 100 metres away on a November evening last year.
At 9:30, it was like normally you get a phone call, do we need anything, do you want me to pick anything up? No phone call, and then I started panicking, thinking, has he been hurt, because it was dark. Pulled up at the Co-op because that's where his phone was, and I seen an ambulance. Ran over to this poor paramedic. I'm like, are you here about my husband? And she went, he's gone. I'm like, right, but is he really injured? Gone where? And she went, he's dead.
Andy had suffered a cardiac arrest at the top of Holcombe Hill. His friends had gone to get help, but it was too late. Andy died, aged 45. But since his death, Andy's running club, the Holcombe Harriers, have been raising money for local charity Restart the Heart to get a defibrillator installed close to where he died.
It was John, one of the local Holcombe Harriers, that contacted me, told me of the story of what happened and asked if we could help trying to get a group on the moors. So here we are today, 8 months later.
Oh, Andy was just a fantastic guy. He just loved being outside. He loved being in the outdoors spaces. And in actual fact, I have to say that he's probably as best a navigator that I'd ever come across.
But installing a defibrillator next to a 170-year-old building doesn't come cheap. Luckily, a unique fundraiser got them over the line.
Welcome to our charity live stream of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. We're making it interesting. I'm Codename Pizza. I'm a YouTube streamer. I've been playing video games online for around 10 years. So I heard about the fundraiser and I wanted to get straight behind it and make sure that I could do a live stream where I walked a marathon on a treadmill and raised a bunch of money for this defibrillator to make sure that it was placed on top of Holcombe Hill.
7 hours and 26 miles later, he'd raised more than £8,000.
Have we done it? Oh my God! Have to have fun just dropped a big one. Whoa! Let's go! I'm someone who loves to run. I've got 2 kids. I'm 32 now, and I just thought, you know what? Like this could happen to anyone at any time. And the fact that there was no defibrillator there to save the life, it's so important that there's more placed around the country.
To be able to just have this in a remote area is an astounding feat and fantastic, and I think that Andy would definitely applaud that.
I honestly do think that if that would have been up here, Andy would have stood a chance. So if what has happened to us can save someone else, it's worth it, isn't it, Joshua? Hey, Dad's superhero.
Andy leaves behind a potentially life-saving legacy. Even in death, he continues to be a superhero. Sam Taylor, ITV News, Ramsbottom.
A superhero indeed. Let's take a look at what's coming up in the evening news at 6:30 with Mary Nightingale.
Coming up on the programme, a hero's welcome at Downing Street for the Lionesses. The winning team arrive home after a night of celebrations after their incredible victory against Spain. Deals in diplomacy. Keir Starmer and Donald Trump hold talks in Scotland. And seahorse numbers off the Dorset coast are back on the rise. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
There's been more sporting success for the North West, this time in the darts at the World Match Play Championships in Blackpool. After Bolton's Lisa Ashton won the women's final, Warrington's Luke Littler then did the same in the men's to lift the trophy. The 18-year-olds become the youngest player ever to complete the sport's triple crown, winning the 3 biggest tournaments.
Incredible. It's just sinking in.
to win the Phil Taylor Trophy and obviously complete the Triple Crown at only 18 years of age. But yeah, this is the one I wanted. This is the one that I practiced for. But this week it's been a tough test. I've been tested and I've shown my character by getting myself out of it.
Oh, it means everything. It's one of the PDC women's top one. So yeah, to finally get my name on this, absolutely a dream for me.
Morecambe FC have been suspended from the National League with immediate effect. Morecambe have been the subject of long-running takeover sagas involving owners Bond Group, led by Jason Whittingham. With no end in sight to the financial crisis, the league imposed sanctions on the Lancashire club. The committee will meet again on the 20th of August to discuss Morecambe's status. And that's it from me in the studio, so I'll say bye for now as we rejoin Katie and the Lionesses of the future in Liverpool. Katie?
Thank you, Rob, and welcome back to Liverpool, where we are celebrating the Lionesses making history with back-to-back wins in a major football tournament. And all those England stars would have started off somewhere like this at a grassroots football venue, with dreams of not only playing for their country, but winning a major final, pulling on that England shirt, just like these girls here today. And who knows, we could well be looking at some of those England stars of the future. So take a look at their faces, because we could be digging out this footage in finals to come. From all of us here, good night and
well done. I'm getting a bit emotional, but yeah, really proud.
We've already made the nation proud, but to come that one step further tonight and get the win is something that we should all be so proud of.
The European champions are the indomitable Lionesses.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello there, hope you're enjoying your Monday and that you've had a great start to the week. They just about managed to avoid the showers over the weekend at Chorley Flower Show, but we are now back into typical British summer weather. It's all looking very changeable. Today was the best day of the next few by a very narrow margin. There will be some rain or showers around at times this week. However, it's not going to rain every day, but there's a lot of moisture in the air, so there will be a lot of cloud around and it will be feeling humid, especially between Tuesday and Thursday. Not quite as unbearable, however, as it is over in the eastern Med at the moment and eastern parts of Europe. We've had record-breaking temperatures for Turkey in particular, 50.5 Celsius, and that is 1 whole degree above the all-time maximum temperature recorded there, which is pretty significant. But the heat wave through the rest of Eastern Europe is actually past its peak now, and so things could become a little bit more bearable over the next few days. But the heat in Turkey, I'm afraid, does rumble on. Jet stream's over us at the moment, closer to home. However, it moves north over the next few days, so any frontal systems that do push across the country will just be very weak affairs, and that's just the way it is because of the position of the jet stream. So we just see cloud and some patchy showers from those. So I hope you made the most of this evening, because it's all downhill overnight, clouding over across the Isle of Man and getting wet as well as this next system pushes through. Temperatures mid-teens Celsius in general with light winds. Into Tuesday, sun's up 5:20 in the morning, sets about 9:15 in the evening, and what the graphics don't show you is all the drizzle out of the cloud. It's a very grey, drizzly affair tomorrow morning with some patchy rain, generally light, nothing too heavy, perking up into the afternoon, and then a very messy outlook period, as you can see. That's it for now. Bye-bye.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.